supersonic Mega Fox, and then fucking he just tears people apart. What can they do about it? Nothing.
Yeah.
They try. Goichi's the only one, and then people get mad because Goichi is Japanese, and it's like, oh, he's coming to American tournaments and he dominates everyone else except for Sonic Fox, where it's an actual fight.
Yeah, and then that was my first time ever really watching the Dragon Ball. What the hell is that game called?
Dragon Ball Fighter Z, or correction, it's Dragon Ball Fighters.
Okay.
But no, dude, it's Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Come on, it's got the Z at the end.
It's got the Z at the end. Okay, because you don't pronounce it like Dragon Balls.
I mean, I did as a kid, but I learned better.
Oh, yeah, like I learned that it wasn't Dragon Balls because the Z, like they had to like hit enter and put it in a separate line.
Yeah, no.
It
was Dragon, then slightly below and tab Ball, and then slightly below and tabbed Z.
Yeah, because it got really hard when it came to GT because I was like, how do I even pronounce this?
Oh man, Dragon Ball Gata.
Yeah, I'm like Dragon Ball Got.
God, but no, like it's all about, for me, like as a spectator, it's all about watching. I like Sonic Fox because he's one of those guys that plays the not meta team.
Oh, I thought you liked him because he was a furry and he spoke to your persona.
Oh God, hell yeah, dude! No, you haven't seen my persona. I don't have a persona. I have a scale sona.
Oh, okay.
I identify as a dragon who identifies as an AC-130.
Oh, the Apache helicopter.
Yeah, no, I totally want to be an Apache attack helicopter.
Yeah, that's the correct line to go through.
I guess.
So, welcome, and welcome again back to the Scum Bag and Friend show. It's your host, always Tim, with Max.
That's me. That's me.
That's
there we
him.
go. There's the energy.
Yeah,
I feel it.
So okay, so we've got I got a few bits and I got a few things that I took notation of and things like that. So one of the reoccurring things I want to start doing is the Scum Bag of the week.
Oh, good.
Right.
Oh,
so
good. I like this. This sounds fun.
This doesn't have to be anybody in the news, but this one turned out to be a guy in the news this time.
A guy in the news. All
it was the guy Michael Rotondo. Do you know who this is?
Michael Rotondo. I do not. Tell me more.
Oh, he was the guy that he's the 30-year-old neckbeard that had to get the court order to leave his parents' house.
Oh no, I do know that guy because it's me. No.
No, okay, so like this was one of those things that I was like, oh my god. Everybody on 4chan, like it's over.
No, right?
This is you. If the court can make you leave the house, you guys are fucked.
You're boned. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what you're gonna do now.
Just gonna cry into their dockies and I don't know, live behind a dumpster or something.
So okay, it was like 5 written like notes that his parents gave him to be like, oh hey, you got to move the fuck out, right?
Yeah.
And
hey, we want you to get out, and they offered him money.
Yeah, they offered him $1,100
nice.
cash, and
yeah, that's all right.
Then he came back at him with, how do you expect like for me to pay for things, and how do you expect for me to like live on my own, right? And then it was, well, you can sell your car, you can sell your stereo, you can sell your weapons. And I was like, oh, if the parents know he has weapons, and who knows what these weapons are, like he's a neckbeard, so I'm assuming it's those like weird Psy blade things that you like
he's
hook
got,
up to your forearm.
He's got Raphael's tonfas, man.
Yeah, and then I bet if I Google it or like YouTube search it, I can find him doing the thing where he's like cutting up the water bottles with
hell
them.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love that dude. He's got such a nice form, such clean maneuvering, and the blubber of a whale.
Yeah, and like this asshole also has a kid too.
Yeah, no, that's what I took out of the article I saw on it. Was he was arguing with his parents that he can't move out because he's like, I'm just taking my time trying to get my kid back, and I'm like, you've been trying to do this for how long?
Yeah,
you know,
like from the stories I've read.
Why would you want to bring a kid back into this situation you're in?
Yeah, from the stories I've read, this asshole's been back at home for over 8 years because like he moved out, and then now he's like managing an internet company is what it is, and they don't want to disclose. Yeah, they don't want to disclose what he does on the internet, and I'm just like, he's a Twitch streamer. And before he's a Twitch streamer, yeah, I run my own business.
He sells value package panties.
Yeah.
They're used, just not by who you think they are.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh my god, this guy has won the unofficial medal of Scumbag of the Week.
Oh my god, that's good.
Yeah.
He's a good one.
Yeah, he's a good one. So okay, so you know something that I've started to notice?
What's that?
The plot in porno is becoming harder and harder to follow. I mean, like, really, it's more unbelievable than ever before. Like, why is she sucking a dick through a wall? Like, I don't really understand it. And let's be real. Let's just be pragmatic. The kid actors are the worst still, just like in regular movies.
They really are. They just don't know how to emote. They just sit there crying. Oh god, this is terrible. This is a terrible bit. Why would you do this to yourself? Holy shit. Okay, so I see what it is. You want to take that award back next week.
Nominate Tim for Scumbag of the Week.
There we go.
Yeah.
Write in your votes. Put it in a Twitter poll or whatever.
Yeah. So no, I was that one was just an astute observation. So
You know what? I beg to differ because I've seen I Am the Cook. Have you seen the Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Schlong or whatever it's called?
What the
they
fuck
have
is
the
this?
Overwatch one where, oh man, these are deep and involved storylines. You have heroes, you have villains, you have, blueberries having sex with some dude in a freaking death mask.
Stop using DeviantArt as your home search, man.
Why not, man? It's the best.
You can find everything on there. The Hedgehog.
Exactly. And watermarks. Oh man, if watermarks get you going, just go to DeviantArt.
Oh my god,
That's what I want.
I was surprised that shit's still around because that was around when I was in high school, and that's been over 10 years, and it's like, whoa, this shit's still around.
It's fine. You know why? Because those kids that were 18-year-old posting weird shit on there are now living with their family at 30 years old, you know, getting evicted by courts.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow. Like
they don't leave. They never left.
The fact that asshole had to the fact that asshole tried to, I think what happened was that they issued a court order against him, and then he wanted to sue them to stay.
Yeah.
Right. And then I know it was a brilliant move when he wanted to be his own counsel. He wanted to be his own representative.
That's always a smart move. Hey,
Yeah.
kids, if you ever want to just take a quick trip to a place that'll give you 3 hots and a cot, just defend yourself.
Yeah.
You know what? Do that.
Yeah. Like they always give you that whole we'll appoint you a attorney if you can't afford one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take him.
Yeah. Or
He's
I
good
guess
enough.
you could just represent yourself because,
Right.
you think you know everything, right?
This guy's going to put me in jail. I'll save the state some money by putting myself in jail. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good deed right there.
Yeah, so he did himself good.
Oh, wow.
So I was scrolling V the other day, and they asked, I kind of looked at it as more of like a rhetorical question, like, what do you think is killing video games nowadays?
Or ASL.
Yeah, or ASL. Yeah,
Because everyone's 16 female California.
Yeah, everyone, please be near London.
Right. Right.
Please
London.
be near London. So it's what do you think is killing video games nowadays? And it's somebody put down things like, well, there was a bunch of like females vaginas,
Right.
and
God,
I'm
hell
like,
yeah.
okay. Aside from that, it was like achievements, and then story that requires you to complete achievements, and I was just
God.
like, yeah, I can see that, because like when I would play a game on like Xbox and
Right.
play a game on like PlayStation and it'd be the same game, I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't really feel like I needed the achievements, but then for some reason a part of me was like, oh, I have to do this.
Might as well do it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know,
So-
like, for what's killing video games? Well, I mean, first and foremost, women. Just get them right the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
you know?
and this doesn't have anything to do with the whole Gamergate thing, but like it's in everything now. Like it's poisoned the well so wholeheartedly
Right.
because last Saturday, not 2 days ago, but like Saturday the 23rd.
Don't date this. We don't know
Okay.
when people are going to listen.
Yeah, so a
This
few
is gonna be
Saturdays
timeless,
ago,
people.
the last SNL that was of this season,
Right.
had Nicki Minaj on there,
Oh, I like her. She's
and
cute.
like the Twitter sphere blew up because she did a song, like her new hit song is called Chun Li.
Yeah, I saw it.
Right?
I actually like it a little
Yeah,
bit.
and she's wearing the kipao,
Yeah.
the Chinese dress, and I'm like,
Best
I didn't.
dress. Search for that tag. That's a good one.
Yeah, because now it's great. I'm learning. I'm glad I'm learning the parts of like the world that I didn't know before. Like I didn't know what that dress was fucking called until
Right.
this year.
I just call it my fuel.
Yeah, my fuel. Like you don't need to know all my fetish tags, but
Not all of them, but they'll leak through here and there. That's another fetish
yeah,
tag.
everybody like there's a bunch of people that are like pissed off, but it's like you're pissed off on behalf of somebody else.
Yeah, no, that's great. Oh, let me guess. Cultural appropriation.
Yeah, and it's
Oh,
like
God.
I've never had a pairing of words that have been like next to each other that are meaning less and less the more I hear it.
I don't know. I just don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's fucking cultural appropriation.
Remember, Christmas is cultural appropriation from pagans. Stop celebrating it if you're not a pagan.
No, like how about all the other cool shit that America gave like the world? And I'm not trying to be like, oh,
Yeah,
fucking
like nukes
vote for me
and hate.
Yeah.
All right, there wouldn't be wars
And
if
slavery.
America and slavery. Yes, for sure, slavery. Because America did that one.
I love that one because it's
Oh my
like
God.
every time you see it, it's why the fuck did you think that America invented slavery?
No, because we're the only one that matters, man.
Yeah, well, no, yeah, because we're the only one we're the first ones to fucking stop it.
Exactly.
So,
right?
like, I don't understand why they think that, oh, we're the ones that invented it.
Yeah. Well, clearly, it ended sooner, so the timeline is they must have started it for it to end that point. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
You get like a chunk of 200 years of slavery somewhere in there, and so everyone else caught on later. That's why they're still doing it. You know, that kind of shit. I don't know, man.
Yeah. So
Cultural appropriation.
yeah, like two words next to each other haven't meant less to me since fucking jumbo shrimp or child pornography. Like
It reminds. I'm pretty sure we went over this, but that other chick who went to her prom and she was
Yeah,
wearing the
she was
Chinese
wearing a
dress,
kipao.
and it's just like, and they got on her case, and I'm sure Nicki Minaj had the same response of Psh, whatever.
whatever.
You know?
Like
I'd do it again.
There's
She
a lot
probably
of-
will do it again.
there's a lot of Chinese people, actual Chinese people that are like, oh, we're happy to see that you're embracing parts of our culture, and then
Yeah,
there's
you
just
know?
people in America that ran out of fucking shit to do. So it's like, oh, let me be enraged on behalf of the Chinese people that might be
Only
enraged.
Chinese people should wear that, and guess what? Chinese people don't wear that anymore.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
it's
they
like-
they wear the same shit as everyone else. They wear slacks and a shirt. You
Yeah,
know?
it's like, what are you fucking talking about? Like,
I'm sure even the whores probably just dress mini skirts and tank tops. Whatever.
yeah, it's just
But,
whatever. And I'm
yeah,
like,
people are
okay.
getting angry just because they think they should be.
Yeah, and again, it's people are mad that she's named the song Chun Li, and it's like it's not named after an actual person. Fuck faces.
But hey, whoa! That's somebody's name. That could be my grandmother's name.
That's
I'm
some-
1/50th Chinese. What the hell is it called? Genetics.com said so, or whatever
Yeah,
the hell. You know,
that's
look up Ancestry,
somebody's
that's what it is.
waifu somewhere.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, like if Chun Li is your waifu, you probably have shit taste.
Hey,
like,
man,
let's
she's
just
got
be
them
real.
thigh- You're talking bullshit because you know you love the meaty thighs.
Nah, it's all about Cammy in that series.
Ah, okay, you got a
Yeah.
point. You got a point. She
Like-
does have that sexy ass hat.
Yeah, that hat.
That hat, though.
Yeah. So yeah, that was like the most recent things I saw. That, and there was also the like that one stupid ass kid from Florida that he did the protest at the grocery store Publix. Did you see that?
I did not see this at
Okay,
all.
so that was that kid David Hogg from
Okay.
Florida, who the survivor of the Parkland shooting.
You know what? How many people went to that school? Because they are all survivors. There's like 10,000 kids that were there. They're all survivors.
Yeah, and this is
Stand up and be heard.
This one is like the most ridiculous out of all of them because it's like he went to this grocery store that they have only out in the east coast of America called Publix.
Yep.
Right.
God bless. Good value. Or
Yeah.
so I hear.
So they did what they called a die-in, and it's retarded because what they did was they
good.
they got a bunch of people to just go inside this grocery store and lay down.
And lay down.
Yep.
And be a fucking nuisance and a fire hazard.
Yep. And it's
Holy shit.
you're not allowed to call the police on us because it's a peaceful protest. We're not hurting anybody. I'm like, well, I guess you're just in the way of everybody, and then if there's a fire, I hope they trample you.
Well, actually, I'm pretty sure you are able to be removed because it's also private property.
Yeah, that's
you
what
know?
I'm saying.
So you
You're
can
inside-
you can go on the sidewalk and you can lay down in the sun. Which you're too much of a bitch to do, I'm sure. I mean, to be fair, I'm too much of a bitch, but I live here in the desert. So.
Oh yeah, and it's ridiculously hot. But
God,
yeah,
that's good.
yeah. Whatever happened to the good old days where you'd write some like incendiary shit on a
Poster board?
Yeah, a fucking poster board. Thank you. I couldn't fucking think of it, and then you nail it to a
on
two
my
by four.
talkie stick.
Yeah, you
I hold
nail
it up and the words there.
You nail it to the talkie stick, and then you pace out in front of the store, and it's
Hell
just
no,
like
we won't go.
yeah, and then you just kind of like, oh, okay,
That's it.
Yeah.
Pass out your flyers. People they know what you're doing and they don't care because the world doesn't
So
revolve around
the
you.
reason why he picked Publix instead of like a fucking Ralph's or Safeway,
Right.
Safeway was the reasoning that Publix still serve. They are contributors to the NRA, like they
Okay.
donate
Yeah,
money and stuff to
funds
the
and
NRA,
whatnot.
and it's like, well, if they support them, they support them. That
Yeah. It's like,
doesn't change anything for me, and because there's some weird correlation that like the NRA is causing the
hey,
school
man,
shootings.
who do you think you buy guns from? They're called the National Rifle Association. I don't know why the government has this as a group. I don't know if it's like an arm of the Department of Defense or something, but the government creating a group called the NRA to hand out guns to kids. This is ridiculous, don't you think?
Oh yeah, except the NRA is like just a private organization. I thought.
Oh.
It's not actually related to the government, and
Oh, how woe is me, for I am found wrong.
yeah.
I need
so
to shout louder.
wah, wah. Yeah. So
Wow.
it's just like,
It's like
It's a lot of misplaced rage and
Yeah,
it's
no,
a
he's
lot of
really
stupidity.
angry.
Yeah.
Why not just go out to your local NRA branch office and just stand in their, I'm sure, air conditioned office and lay down on their floor?
Yeah.
You know?
So that was that's like pretty much the gist of it. So what did you
God.
think of we'll do a quick talk down on Deadpool 2 because we didn't get a chance to talk about that the other day.
Oh,
So
did we? I'm pretty sure we did.
Did we?
Could have been talking to my fan.
Yeah. You're,
I mean, it
the
blows
one
hard
fan.
too.
Hey, thanks, one fan.
Hey, the one fan. It's right
Hopefully-
here. It's oscillating.
Yeah.
It's my favorite one.
So hopefully we can get more of that going on.
Hell yeah. Two fans.
Two fans. So what did you think of Deadpool?
I thought it was misogynistic and it glorified violence and it was harmful to children. And any parent that took their kid to see it should be punished because it's a rated R film. And they should be well aware that it's a rated R film. And they curse a lot.
Yeah.
And also Deadpool's tiny baby dick.
Yeah, that
was
was
weird.
That was the weirdest part for me was the baby dick.
Oh, God. I
So
loved it.
I loved it. Yeah, I liked the misdirection between like the previews where you saw like the Star Storm and
Shatterstorm.
Shatterstorm and fucking
Starfire?
Bedlam.
No, that's
Bedlam.
DC. Bedlam, yeah.
Yeah, Bedlam with fucking Terry Crews, and it's like, oh, you thought these people would play like a bigger part in the movie?
Oh,
and
hell
it's-
yeah, because they were ramped up in the freaking trailer. I'm like, oh man, he gets the whole crew, he gets the X-Force going.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, one or two's gonna die. You know, fucking Shatterstar's a literal nobody. Fucking Terry Crews though, he's gotta stay. Vanisher is already gone. You know, he's already disappeared.
I didn't know that was Brad Pitt.
I didn't know either. Someone else had to point it out to me, but I'm like, I flashed it back in my mind, and I'm like, because when I saw him dying, I'm like, oh, hey, that guy looks really familiar to me. I wonder who that is. I should look that up later. Later on, I find out it's Brad Pitt. I'm like, oh yeah.
How about that?
Wonder how they pulled that. Probably
So
just
that
'cause.
was that was great. Yeah, and apparently he was supposed to be in the running as Cable.
Oh,
like
nice.
he was originally casted for Cable, but
He's too
then
pretty for that.
no, he had scheduling conflict or
That's
something.
probably
and
why
I'm
he
like,
didn't speak either.
yeah, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure if you have more money than God, it's just like, who cares if I take another role and
Right.
whatever.
Just do whatever.
Yeah, he just like he's at that point in his career where he doesn't need to do anything that he doesn't want to have to do.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Also, the point where he should probably start moving behind the camera.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know,
It's
like
just
Matt
like
Damon.
yeah, like Matt Damon or Ben Affleck's actually a
Oh,
good
Ben
director.
Affleck's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like fucking Argo. Argo was really good.
Yeah, no,
but
I got no problems. I got no problems with Ben Affleck behind the camera. I never really liked him in front of it though.
oh yeah, because like I was talking to Roselle and I was saying that Ben Affleck's one of those types of people that he always plays like the same ish role.
Yeah.
Right, and it's not to the point where it's as bad as like Will Smith because like
Right.
Will Smith always plays Will Smith.
Right.
Like every movie he's in, he plays Will Smith. And think about like
Damn.
think about a lot of the movies that you watch, and it's like it's becoming more and more prevalent, like with the different actors and actresses, and generally happens to comedians. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Melissa McCarthy always plays Melissa McCarthy. Same thing with
Right.
like Amy Schumer, but this was true back in the day too. Like Rob Schneider always played Rob Schneider.
A stapler.
Yeah, he played a stapler, the cheetah, a hot girl.
God, he had the worst chick. God, poor guy. Chris Farley was always fat dumb guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like they always played themselves. They
Yeah.
played the same person. Just
Yeah.
they changed the character to fit around the personality, and it's like, this
Yeah.
can, like, I could see where this gets old. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
I mean, comedians come from a straight line, so it's like, oh, we have to put them in a straight line. Like some of them can break a little, but sometimes it ends badly. Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, yeah.
I'm like, he was like, I didn't think he was that funny as a physical comedian in all his movies, but once he started going for the more dramatic stuff, I'm like, I really like him. I really, really like him. And now he's crazy as hell.
Yeah,
he is a bent individual.
Yeah, I liked Robin Williams too because he showed that
yeah.
he had a lot of range.
Oh yeah. Oh, if anyone hasn't seen any of his like later on in life, any of his more dramatic films, they're amazing. Like How to Lose Friends and Alienate Everyone You Love or something like that. I don't know the exact title, but I'm like, that was a really depressing, beautiful movie. And I'm just like, at that point in his life, like after hearing about what he was going through in his own personal life at that point and onward, it's just like, wow, that really hits hard.
Yeah,
but no, like comedians.
Yeah, I
Fun.
can't help but like I do get a little teary eyed because it's the whole Tears of a Clown thing because
Yeah,
I'm like
for sure.
I I know where he's coming from because I'm like, oh, I like to make people laugh. I like to write jokes and do shit, right?
Yeah.
And I'll come back to this topic here in a second, but it's like one of those things where I know what it's like to be the center of attention and make people laugh, but I also know what it's like where it's fuck. I should just drive my car into oncoming traffic because like I don't want to see tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know.
It's you have to find that purpose. You have to find that value.
Oh yeah, that's why
is why I love Deadpool in the comic books, which is why I love him as a character, because it's like he's always cracking wise and he's always doing the anti-hero. Like, so in the comic books, he's always doing the wrong thing for some of the right reasons, and vice versa. You know, it's like, hey, I'm still a mercenary. I'm just going to go earn some money and go kill this person that the X-Men are trying to protect, and conflict and stuff like that. And then in this, you get really, like, they went, like, because the first Deadpool had that, like, emotional tick of, you know, who am I in this crazy mixed up world of mine, and no one will ever love me kind of thing. And then this one, like, said, okay, we're going to double down on two things: emotions and dick jokes.
Yep.
and I'm like,
and then baby penis.
Yeah, right. And it's like you're just hitting both sides of that spectrum really hard, just constantly. And I'm like, I teared up at the end scene where, you know, he meets the love interest again, and I'm just like, this is a happy ending.
Yeah, and she's really hot.
Yeah, that's
too.
Plus she's
really hot. No, I had to take Roselle to see the first one. Like, we had to see the first one before we saw the second one.
Yeah, how she like it?
She liked it. She actually loved it.
Because it's a good movie. It's a dumb, fun movie. As long as you're not, like, stuck up on some issues that you have with the world. It's like, if you can just watch a movie, then yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah, like, I wish the world could actually just do that and, like, unclench its asshole when people are trying to entertain you, you know? Like,
it's like a dirty Guardians of the Galaxy, you know? Mm-hmm. Except Ryan Reynolds just carries it himself.
Yeah, and then it's he had a lot more agency, like, in control of how the character was and written and stuff. It's like, oh, it makes a lot more sense because he's going to fit the jokes so that way he can make it work instead of him just trying to, you know.
Plus, he's a huge fan of the character. Like, so people were like, oh, man, is he going to do good because he shit the bed in Green Lantern?
Yeah.
But that's because he had no control over it. Like, he's come out and he said, you know, I'm an avid lover of comic books and Green Lantern is one of my favorites and stuff like that. But I'm like, he had no say in the script because someone else wrote that. He had no say in the direction because, you know, DC got directors and DC told them what to do. So it's like, oh, well, let's just put Ryan Reynolds here. And so you give the guy who's the biggest fan on the group no agency. And all of a sudden it's like, well, I wonder why it turned out shit, you know? Because everyone else made it shit and didn't ask the guy that knows what he's doing. Whereas Deadpool was the same thing. You know, he loves the character. And he's like, he came to Fox and said, hey, I want to do this character and we'll do a shoestring budget and you just, you know, let me fly, you know?
Yeah, $50 million shoestring.
Hey, I mean, in movie terms,
did really well, yeah.
In movie terms, yeah, no, that's tiny. In video game terms, that's freaking minuscule, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like if you want to price things as they are as entertainment, 50 million is like dropping the bucket.
Yeah, because like normally you're trying to make 6 times that, 7 times that.
Yeah, no, you're pushing for, I want to make $1 billion this summer, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, just give me 50 million and I'll get you your money back at least, you know, and I'll have fun. And then it comes about runaway success and makes its money back and then some. Yeah. And so he gets on the Deadpool 2. And what I heard on the coming up of Deadpool 2 was all, oh, you know, shit's going south and everything could be possibly going bad because they had to change writers. They had to fire the director who originally came on for it and blah, 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 because the claim was they don't mesh with Ryan Reynolds. And it's like, well, Fox put the money on the line for him the first time and they were smart enough to trust him this time again and just do what he wanted. And here they go with another hit, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And he hit it out of the park too.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that
fantastic.
was great.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So, if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend seeing Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
You know, something that I had to look up and I didn't know it until they brought it up on a different podcast I listened to. They talked about how they have to change certain movie posters for China.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know,
good times.
Did you know that? Like, they had to remove the black guy from the Star Wars poster.
So I didn't get to see the posters themselves, but I know they did something like that. So the whole task for me was, I mean, I dropped it. I didn't find out, but my goal was to find out what the Chinese version of Black Panther looks like.
Oh, it's him with they CG'd the mask on him, but it's not the mask. It's not the mask he wears in the movie. It's just something to cover his face.
Oh wow!
I was looking it up earlier, and it's like it's a mesh of like a ski mask and like an elephant, because like you could
Jesus.
see the big eye holes, right?
Yeah.
But
He just runs around in a mask 100% of the time.
Yeah.
But when he fights crime, he wears different masks.
yeah, I liked it so much. I don't know why. I guess in China it's bad luck or something to see black people or something. I have no idea what it is.
I mean, there's a joke here, but I don't.
Well, like
yeah.
here, they have the same thing here in America, where it's like, oh, you don't want a black cat to cross your path.
Yeah,
In China,
yeah.
it's probably black people.
Yeah,
it's
black
like,
people. Well, I mean, to be fair, you're living in a society where the darkest skin you had were the Mongols, and they killed everyone.
yeah,
so, I mean,
that was
I'd be
a
scared.
no good. That was no bueno.
That was no good for everyone except the Mongols.
Yeah.
Good for them.
So that was that one was so funny.
That's great. It's like I think they added like a 10-minute scene to Iron Man where like, oh, no one can replace his plug thing except for this one Chinese doctor, and they flew him out to China and they had the Chinese surgeon do the whole freaking, what the hell is that called, the reactor thing in his chest.
The arc reactor.
Yeah, the arc reactor. Had a Chinese surgeon, was the only one that could do that for him.
Oh man.
And I'm like, man, I love how Marvel just kowtows to the Chinese.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you got to get those sales because that's a big market.
They're a bigger market than like we are.
They're a bigger market than the rest of the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, hey, do it to keep you alive. Just give us the Chinese edit on the DVD release so that I can laugh.
Yeah. So, okay. So I got another little bit here that I came up with. All right. So it's do you feel old yet?
Do I feel old yet?
All right,
I don't feel old.
So I'm gonna timestamp like a lot of this, right?
Oh, good.
So as of 5/22/2003, Max Payne released for the PlayStation 2.
Oh man, for the PlayStation 2, I played it on PC.
All right.
That's so long ago, though.
So like these are all from the past week, right?
Oh, okay.
But it's
Oh,
like I
okay, that's
delved
cool.
through time. So 5/23/2002, Guilty Gear X2 released in the arcade.
Wow. Oh man, I love that game too.
So 5/24/2002, Super Smash Bros. Melee and Final Fantasy X released.
That'll get people.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
That's 2002.
2002. So that'd be 17 years.
No, we're in 2018. 16 years.
16 years. 16 years. Sorry. My memory is going.
Obviously, you're not Chinese with your math skills.
I'm just slipping into fucking the hell. What do you call that again?
Homosexuality.
That's it. Yes, all the old people become homosexuals.
That's why they don't procreate.
I mean, I was just assuming that the Alzheimer's made them forget where to stick it. There's a whole lot of anal when you're older. Either you forgot where to stick it or you're just gay. Boy, man, this sounds like fun getting old.
Yeah, I can't wait. So, as of 5/25/2016, Pokemon Go was released.
Oh, I don't feel that old, but that's pretty. It's survived that long.
Well, yeah, it's one of those like I remember when this first came out,
Yeah,
but then I
no.
also remember playing it a bunch, and now I don't see anybody playing
That was
it.
3 years ago, people. 3
Yeah.
years ago, you were out walking and enjoying fresh air.
Fucking hate you.
That was the last time you went outside, you freaking weirdos.
Yeah, see, that's why Neckbeard guy still lived with his parents.
Right?
So,
I
okay.
could just dupe all the Pokemon over my house.
5/26/2000, Resident Evil Code Veronica released for the Dreamcast.
Oh, wow. Oh, the Dreamcast. Fucking, there's the blast of the past, too.
Yep.
Good Veronica. I think that was like one of 5 good games on there.
Yeah.
The other one was Typing of the Dead and Typing of the Dead 2.
Yeah, and then there was Soul Calibur
Hell yeah. There's Crazy Taxi.
and Marvel vs. Capcom 2
Oh.
and 1.
And that was all.
I'm going to tell you, like, I know that the Dreamcast didn't have a lot of amazing games on it,
Right.
but it probably, I know it looked weird, but it was one of my favorite controllers to hold.
God, I can only judge a game's controller off of its D-pad, and that had the angriest, sharpest edges on the D-pad ever.
Yeah. And then lastly, we've got on 5/27/1994, Mortal Kombat released for the Sega
Holy
Genesis.
shit, 1994.
Yep.
Woo! On the Genesis with the, what was it, the 3-button layout? Or the 6-button?
It's 3-button layout.
Yeah.
It
'Cause
was
you had to get the second controller. You had to buy the controller later that had the 6 buttons.
Yep, exactly.
boy.
Like Genesis, like I got to tell you, Sega Genesis was like innovative for its time.
Oh, yeah,
because there was a big war. Like a lot of people don't remember, but like there was a big video game war between Nintendo and Genesis.
Yup.
Like I think Nintendo had better games, but Genesis had this angle that Nintendo didn't, where it was like, oh, do you have basic cable? And
Oh,
do you
yeah.
want to buy a
Oh,
subscription? They were
man.
the first like subscription video game company.
Fucking, I had a friend that had that shit.
Yeah, the Sega Channel.
The Sega Channel. And they had the, like, you go on there and it would play, like, a video of some black dude saying, hey, gamers, you know, blah, 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 get this deal and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, man, this is cool. And we just play Sonic anyway.
Yeah, but I thought the idea was cool because
yeah,
it was like
no.
a $50 a month service, which
Yup.
right now sounds astronomical.
Yup.
But
I mean-
basically, what it was you got like 50 different Sega games every
Exactly.
month.
You know, and, like, people complain, oh, you know, they were cheaper back then, you know, video games is like, no, like, if you take into account of inflation, video games have always been the same. Hell, they were more expensive then than they are now because they were the equivalent of $100. So it's like, woo.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was like, I'll pay $50 and let them play whatever they want. Or, you know, I could buy a $100 game for them that they'll play whenever, you know.
Yeah, I also had the one friend that had the Sega Channel. It's like
It's the rich one because he also had internet, which in 1994 was also
before its time.
but was also before its time. Yeah, and also the freaking brr, beep and all the freaking clicks and clacks, and then your mom tries to pick up the phone to call your aunt, and she breaks the connection.
Yeah,
You're
that's
like, Mom,
when
I'm on AOL with my friends. I'm trying to instant message.
like people don't remember, but that's when like the internet came in the mail.
Oh man, the freaking free AOL discs. Just go stock up on those.
Oh yeah, that kind of gives you like 3 bells for like AOL Instant Messengers. Like they took down all the servers this year, so nobody's using AIM anymore.
Oh, that's
So-
a shame.
Yeah, it makes me feel nostalgic for the
You know,
past.
it makes me feel good because I've outlived technology.
Yeah.
You know, score 1 for me, score 0 for Skynet.
So
I mean, I've averted oblivion this way.
yeah, that's good.
Fight the fight.
I had the Super Nintendo. I didn't have the Genesis. I know you didn't have either.
No, I had a bad childhood. So what happened was, I got the game system, and then my stepdad took it away to prove a point in which I was a terrible person that didn't deserve anything good in this world. But it existed.
It's still true.
It is still true. He wasn't wrong. He just didn't know how right he was. Yeah. He was like, it's like, would you go back in time? Well, you know, how did the mother of Hitler feel, you know? You know, he's just a little jackass that won't stop painting on the walls. You know, I should punish him a little. No, maybe should have punished him a little more.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more. Like,
Right.
See, that's what you did. You didn't add it. Like the soup was too spicy because you put too much Tabasco sauce in it. You should have put more Tabasco,
Yeah,
and then
well-
it would have came all the way back around.
Goes full circle. It's
That's what it is.
hell yeah, it is. But no, so I had the Super Nintendo, but I was a little bastard, so I broke into my parents' room and I stole that, and I'd plug it all up and play it in the middle of the night. And I had Super Mario Brothers. I had the All Stars cartridge.
I like how your version of like stealing the SNES to play it in like the middle of the night
Yep.
is the same story as like dads when they first discovered porno on the
hell
internet.
yeah.
It's like they had to
Oh.
wake up in the middle of the night to kind of like sneak a jerk off, and you were doing the same, right? Like
Oh,
you're
yeah, for sure. You know what? To be fair, trying to plug that in and play it is how I found out about the fuzzy porn channels.
Ah.
So it was like half and half. Play video games and just try and flick between the channels and see if you can catch a nipple.
Yeah, exactly, right. And then it was always loud as fuck because
Oh, God,
it
no.
was never like the audio of the porno. It was just like the static audio.
Yep.
But you always wanted to see like, oh man, it's coming in all distorted and green and washed
And green, yup.
out. But you know, it's all
maybe,
good.
just maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
man.
people don't realize
You
how.
can't- the ingenuity of 12-year-old boys.
Yeah, you motherfuckers don't realize how like
Oh, man.
desperate we were. Like
Fuck
porno
yeah.
wasn't just readily available on your phone.
Right?
This shit was like it was a commodity.
These kids are spoiled.
You
nowadays.
always knew somebody that had it too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah.
you always had a friend that had some porno
Yup,
or
had
knew
some
where
mags.
knew where his dad kept the mags.
Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
Or fucking, for me, it was living in apartments and then, you know, people moving out. And it's like, well, let me go dumpster dive real quick because I know someone's going to have to throw out their stash when they move. You know, can't take it with them if they got a girlfriend.
I was gonna say, I'm like, why couldn't they take it with?
Yeah. You
yeah,
know?
that makes sense.
Because they don't care. They got jobs. They can go buy them again. It's me and the freaking rude crew over there that fucking throw rocks at dogs and shit. And we're like, oh man, someone's moving out. Let's go see what we can grab from the dumpster. You know, hey, new baseball bat. Hey, some fucking whatever. Oh, porno.
Yeah,
Score.
porno. Yeah, like
you
I
can
thought,
take this one. I'll take this one, and then we'll not see each other for like 3 days, and then we'll go hang out and play baseball later.
Yeah, I remember I like found porno that was not magazines but VHSs.
Lucky.
Yeah, so let me tell the kids what a VHS is. Imagine if you like taped together like 4 iPhone 6s, like not tall wise, but like as a cube, like 2 by 2, and it's about that size, and it was a brick, and inside this brick was like this clear laminated like tape.
Yeah,
right.
It's run by magnets and magic.
It's run by magnets and magic, and it like pushed the tape reel to reel, and it would project little scenes, and you would watch it, and it all like would come together on your 13-inch TV.
Oh God!
Right,
with the scan lines.
Yeah,
and you could see every pixel and the RGBs.
Let me tell you, back in the day, they didn't care about like the screen being wide; they just cared about it being big.
Hell yeah.
All the screens were perfect squares. They were like fucking
I like those perfect
13 by 13.
Which is weird because, movie theaters have always been rectangles.
Yeah, they've always been rectangles.
So it's like whenever you watch a movie, you either get the just a flat square from the middle, and then they'll talk to someone and it'll have to force pan it, and oh man, that's weird. Yeah. What a weird system. Who decided on squares?
I don't know, but like that was the whole reason, because like I was taking a stroke down memory lane, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember the first porno I had. It was like there was some storyline behind it. There was some like Indian woman trying to like find her heritage by fucking her way across America or something.
Oh, nice.
And I was like,
man.
oh, sweet.
Back when they had the real stories.
Yeah, for some reason they
real Hollywood stories starring Harvey Weinstein.
I love how like in nowadays, like we just want all the meat. We don't want like all the accoutrements to porn.
No.
We just want the meat.
There's no breadsticks before the meal. It's here's your filet. Here, not even filet mignon. Here's your steak.
Yeah,
Bam.
this was like fucking back in the 80s and 90s. They had to like write a storyline because they're like, oh, we're afraid this isn't going to sell overseas or something.
I don't know who they were selling to.
I'm like, it's porno. I think as long as it gets the message across of people fucking, I don't think you can go wrong, right?
Nah. You know what I think it was? I think it was the sell. Not to the people buying the porno, because they knew what they were getting. It's the sell to the women to get them to act in the porno.
Oh, yeah,
you know what?
That
like,
too.
No, we're a real movie. We got a deep storyline, and the sex scenes just add emotional weight to it all, because you're in love with him. That's why you have sex, like on the hood of the car, in the bedroom, in the sink, in the pool, with the pool boy watching.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about like when the husbands are trying to sell the porno to the wives.
Oh,
it's like,
no.
Well, hey, honey, you got to watch this one. It's about a woman who's going to college in Dallas, and she just doesn't have the money to do anything.
Do anything, ever.
So she traveled on the bus from God only knows where in her cheerleader outfit. And she's in Texas now, and she looks like she's in some trouble.
Oh no! What will she do? Oh boy!
Oh
no,
my God!
No, the only way you could sell it to your wife was booze, lots of booze,
lots of booze,
of booze, and it being your birthday.
Yeah, like I hear stories of like the guys that are like, oh, me and my wife get off by like watching a little porno and then getting action going, and I'm just like, nothing but jealous.
I mean, right? I mean, I'm lucky you.
That's the literal version. That's the guy's version of having your cake and eating it too, right? Because it's like you get to watch porn while fucking someone. It's like, whoa.
Oh man, it's like I can have 2 women at the same time.
Yeah, this is like if you were to set this scenario up for a 6-year-old, it's like, well, it's like when you're riding, Space Mountain, but you get to eat cake and drink a milkshake at the same time. Yeah, it's like that, except I'm boning your mom while watching porn.
I'm boning your mom while some dude bones another mom.
Yeah, so it's fucking great.
Oh man,
so
that's weird. Where do we go from here?
Well, do you have anything you want to talk about, or you want to go into some one-word story?
I don't. I have after the porno. I'm just thinking that I need to go online and find me some vintage porno. I need to relive the good old days.
Yeah, the good old days of Bush. And tan lines
and less screaming.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to get on that. Why the hell do they scream like they're being murdered?
Yep.
You know what? everyone does it. Before it was just Japanese stuff, and I'm like, man, that's weird because it's Japanese. Now it's just everyone.
Oh man,
It's not that painful unless it's by Big Bubba Bigelow over there. In which case it's like, damn, that's painful for everybody. That's painful for him.
Like,
he can't fit it in.
Did you ever see the movie Showgirls with that one bitch from Saved by the Bell?
I'm pretty sure I did. It's just been so long.
Oh yeah, because like everybody still quotes the sex scene she did in the pool because she like she was ragdoll physics before Tony Hawk did it, right? Because like every time he would like pump on her, like every time he would hump on her, like the arms would like flail like she was a fucking Jim Henson Muppet.
She's the freaking wacky, wavy, inflatable arm girl.
Yeah, it was fucking great. So it's one of those things that you should look up just to see how campy it once was.
It's the overacting, it's the screaming, it's the oh man, I don't know.
Yeah,
what a weird world we live in.
Yeah, so all I got left is we can do some one-word story, and I've got made-up shit post.
Let's do the made-up shit post first.
Okay, so made-up shit post. Okay, so as of 5/23, Lolly is now being tracked by the FBI.
Oh, good.
So from the FBI to at Nobuhiro Watsuki, creator of Rurouni Kenshin.
That's a hard one
and,
to say.
Yeah, Rurouni Kenshin.
Kenshin.
And at Jared Fogle, former Subway spokesman. It's not like we're spying on you, baka.
Oh, God. Eat fresh, yo.
Yeah.
Eat too fresh. This world is fucked.
As of 5/23, it commemorates the anniversary of Bonnie and Clyde being killed.
Aw.
So from Bonnie and Clyde to at Louisiana Police Department. You'll never take us alive. From Louisiana Police Department to at Bonnie and Clyde. Have it your way then.
Hey.
Okay,
Beautiful love story.
NFL bans kneeling for the national anthem. So from Colin Kaepernick at NFL at Roger Goodell. I won't be standing for this shit. From Roger Goodell to at Colin Kaepernick. And you won't be playing either.
Damn. I mean, what a way to throw away everything.
Yep. Speaking of throwing away everything, the last made-up shit post here. Morgan Freeman was accused of sexual assault. You saw that, right?
God.
So this one's kind of a wordy one, but we'll try to get it all in there. All right.
So
follow
longer.
me. Yeah, follow me. At all the women I assaulted. I wanted to play a game of Now You See Me to show them the Dark Knight rises and not be accused of being a raisin in the sun. Now I'm under suspicion of deep impact. I can clearly see the chain reaction of trying to add you to the bucket list. So with a hearty fuck you, I'll leave showbiz by going in style. Honorable mentions on this were 7, the lucky number 7. Where were you when the lights went out? And Dolphin Tale 2.
Oh my God. So that episode of South Park with what was it, Stan's dad and the Dolphins?
Yeah.
That was Morgan Freeman playing the part of the Dolphins, I guess.
No,
Oh, God.
I tried because it was 8 women that came out like accusing him. I was like, all right, well, I got to make sure I get 8 movies in here, and I was like, God damn it, it couldn't have been 7.
Oh, right.
I'm like, you had 2 movies with the word 7 and kind of 7 in it. And it couldn't have been that.
And you could have just fit in what's in the box.
Yeah,
Oh,
what's in the
God
box?
damn it.
Yeah. So I didn't even know he was in a movie called The Raisin in the Sun.
I didn't either.
And I'm like,
that's terribly racist seeming. What is it?
So yeah,
Whatever.
The made up shit post from this week.
I don't know who. I need to get in on that story. Who the hell accused him of what?
I don't know. It was just like,
right? That's all I know. It's like I saw the headline, Morgan Freeman accused, and I'm like, he probably said something during an interview, and that was it.
yeah, he said something during an interview, and then one woman was like, well, I felt embarrassed to wear any like blouses or tops that revealed my breasts because I knew he'd look at them, and I'm like, isn't that the whole fucking point? Isn't that the point though? Like that was
No, it feels liberating to have this much flesh on my chest exposed for the elements.
it's just take
No,
it for
it's
what
not-
it is.
It's not for you to stare at. It's for the perfect guy to stare at.
That's such bullshit. Okay.
No, it's dumb.
Yeah,
You're gonna
it-
get everybody. It's an open goddamn window. It's you driving with your windows down, listening to dubstep, and expecting people not to judge you for the idiot you are. You know?
Yeah. Oh, like yeah, I didn't even get a chance to bring that up. I'm trying to write a book, and maybe if you want to help me, we can do it. But
good.
it's supposed to be like a condescending, like not. It's a condescending book that looks like it's aimed for kids, but it's really poking fun at adults. It's called "Everyone Sucks at Driving."
I mean, you could just.
I already have like a lot of the premise and a lot of it fleshed out because what it is was I was gonna base it, and all of the characters were gonna be animals. Instead of people, so that way nobody thinks that I'm talking about them. Right. But then it's like you have people that are on there that are like that I came up with, like you've got Patriotic Eagle with every bumper sticker you have. We know that you're just a little bit more angry than you need to be, and I don't need to ask you which political party you're voting for because I can read it on your fucking car.
Hell yeah.
Kind of like and I changed all the names for the bumper stickers, so like I put it as like millions can't buy monkey, or I'm with herd, or make the forest great again.
I like. You should just make those bumper stickers and sell them.
Yeah. Well, I think it would be a cute idea, so that's why I was like, okay, there's that, and
that's something. We could have a blind bamboo, the panda, who just can't seem to drive faster than 20 miles per hour.
I had
with their left turn signal on.
I had Raging Rhino, and everybody's asking what's with the horn because he always honks at people.
See, now you're just giving away ideas for free.
Yeah. No, I'll cut this out.
Tim.
Yeah, trademark.
Yep.
So, okay. And do you want to finish up with some one-word story, and then we'll bring it home?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I think you started the last one.
Who knows? I don't think it matters.
So I'll start this one. All right. Fox.
Jumps.
Onto.
Every.
Asian.
Gangbanger.
With.
Nunchucks.
In.
His.
Convertible.
T-Rex. Hell yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
I mean, I feel like there's more to this story.
Oh, okay. So, no, start the next paragraph. He's jumping on. He's jumping on Asian gangbangers.
Asian gangbangers with his convertible T-Rex. Oh,
with nunchucks.
With nunchucks. Fists.
Of.
Furry. That's it. There you go. That's the opening scene right there.
That's what we're calling the movie.
Yeah. Fucking Christ. All right. Now push the story along. What's the second scene?
Okay. His
wife
Martha
dies.
Just
because
she
drank
some
bull semen. Is that one word?
No.
I'm hyphenating that. That's scene 3. Scene 2? Yeah. Scene 2. All right.
Oh my god.
Final act.
Final act.
The vengeance.
Oh my god. Asians.
Hate.
Fox.
Menage. That's it. You know what? I'm adding that to my tags. I need Foxy Menage. I need DeviantArt in my life.
Oh, okay. So if any of you faggots are listening on DeviantArt,
draw that for me.
Please draw Foxy Menage.
And watermark the shit out of it.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh god.
And yeah, so I was a little ambitious and I made us a Twitter and an email. So if you guys want to get in touch with us, you can email us at Scum Bag and Friends.
Friends?
Let me double check. Hold on.
See, these things.
I'm gonna cut this out.
Nah, don't cut it out.
Okay.
This is good.
So email us at scumbagandfriend@gmail.com.
Awesome. No S. Just one of us is a friend.
Yeah, just one of us is the friend. And if you want to reach out to us on Twitter, it's at the Scumbag Show.
At the Scumbag Show. Hey, not taken?
No.
Oh, I guess no one wants to be considered a scumbag.
Yeah. At the Scumbag Show. Yep.
Bunch of
And
hypocrites, man.
I check that pretty regularly. That's where I got a lot of the news from.
Hey, that works.
Yep.
And you can tweet him all your
Foxy
pics,
Minaj
all your
pics.
Foxy Minaj. You know what? I seriously do want to see that.
Yeah.
You know, give me some talent. America's Got Talent.
No,
I mean,
it doesn't.
Yeah, it totally does, man. Come on.
According to Howie Mandel, no way.
Oh God, who the hell's Howie Mandel though?
The guy that blows up the surgeon glove over his head.
Exactly. He wouldn't know talent if it slapped him in the face.
Yep. All right. So we'll catch you guys on the next one.
See ya.